What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. So we're gonna get into some more Little Cup battles, and in today's video I've got a very interesting team comp that got me to rank 10. It's basically the same team that I've been using from rank 2 all the way through to rank 10, and it consists of Wooper on the lead with Snivy and Cottonee in the back, and it's pretty similar to some of Caleb Peng's double grass lines. And the strategy is to lead with Wooper, and as long as you don't run into a fire or a steel type on the lead, you safe switch into one of your grass types to basically bait out their grass counter, so that your second grass type has a clear path to sweep endgame, right? Now, this isn't a foolproof strategy, but I found that in the Little Cup meta, it works in 90% of the situations. You know, I've been having a lot of success with this particular team comp, and in this video, I'm going to be showcasing a couple of sets. The first one, which got me to rank 10, and also the second one, which I then did in rank 10 to get my first Pikachu Libre, which is pretty exciting. I'm pretty sure most of you might have already hit rank 10, or if not, you're on the verge of hitting rank 10. It's obviously so much more easier now in Season 5. You roughly need about 50 to 60 wins in order to get to rank 10, which I think is pretty good. Gives everyone a chance to get Pikachu Libre. But anyways, some interesting battles in here, and let's just get straight into it. Okay, moving on to the first battle here, and also you'll notice that I'm only running one charge move on my Cottonee. That's because of the energy generation from Charm. You're only going to be able to get to one, and Seed Bomb should be sufficient for the most part. So we have Wooper into a why not, so I'm immediately going to safe switch into my Snivy. Typically, I like to safe switch into Snivy in most situations, and yeah, I'm just going to go for the Seed Bomb as soon as possible here. They're still staying in, which tells me they don't have a grass counter in the back, or probably they're slow to switch, but they're still staying in, so which is pretty interesting. And yeah, again, why not is an absolute tank, but so is Snivy, right? The reason I like Snivy is because it's really tanky, and also it's better than Bulbasaur in certain situations because it doesn't have that poison typing, so it's not going to take super effective damage from the psychic moves from Bronzor and why not in particular. And as you can see, it's definitely putting up a fight here, and they're going to throw another mirror coat, which is absolutely fine. I'm going to let this go through, and it is going to finish off Snivy here, which is absolutely fine. And then now I'm just going to wait out the switch clock and then come in with Cottonee here. We do have the shield advantage, which is pretty crucial at this point. So I'm just going to come in with Cottonee, and yeah, they actually make a switch into their Minchino, which is absolutely fine, right? Because we're both doing a lot of damage to each other, but Cottonee is definitely doing more damage because Charm from Cottonee has Stab, whereas from Minchino it doesn't, because Minchino is just a normal type Pokemon. And then I'm going to shield this up because even though it's Aqua Tail and it's resisted, I definitely want to preserve the health on my Cottonee, just in case they have something in the back which is weak to grass. Then I'm going to switch into my Wooper here and then try and Mudshot farm this thing down. And yeah, as expected, they actually have something in the back which is weak to Cottonee. It's a Dino, which is absolutely fine. And because of the energy generation from Mudshot, we should be able to spam these body slams here. And as you can see, it does almost 50% of Dino's health, or Dino, however you want to call it. But anyways, yeah, I'm just going to go for the next body slam here. This is definitely going to finish off the Dino. And then, yeah, they're going to come in with why not. And then we should be able to get to the next body slam here. And then this is definitely going to finish off the why not. So again, the energy generation from Wooper, you know, it's really super clutch, you know, especially for the spam ability of charge moves. It's a really solid Pokemon that can pretty much match up against most of what you're going to see, right? So moving into the second battle, you'll actually see in this battle one of the biggest weaknesses for this team comp. You know, it's very hard to get around if you face this on the lead, and it's basically Budew, right? Budew is a grass and poison type Pokemon with Razor Leaf, so I definitely can't stay in this matchup. I'm going to switch into my Snivy, and let's see what they decide to do here. They're going to switch into their Bronzor, and this is not great, right? Because now it's impossible for me to win switch advantage. And if I don't win switch advantage, obviously my Wooper is going to get instantly deleted by the Razor Leaf. And this is not a great situation to be in. Like I said, I'm just going to try and stay in and obviously just do as much chip damage as possible with these Seed Bombs. Again, like, I mean, Snivy can definitely go up against Bronzor. It's obviously not a great matchup at all, but it's definitely going to be able to do some chip damage over a period of time. As you can see, these Seed Bombs are definitely adding up. You know, it's brought the Bronzor to almost 50% health. And then, yeah, I'm definitely not going to shield this because there's no point shielding it. There's no way I'm going to win this matchup. I'm just going to, yeah, let the heavy slam go through. And I should be able to get to another Seed Bomb here, which is really good. And I'm hoping this, for some reason, they shield, because that's really my only hope here. But they don't shield, which is absolutely understandable. And they're going to farm us down. So I'm going to come in with Wooper and try and overload on energy, because I need to make sure that I have at least one body slam ready to throw at that Budew when it comes back in. And I'm not going to shield this, and this is where I make a key mistake. Actually, I should have shielded this, even though that did like very minimal damage. You'll see that actually ended up mattering towards the end there. So I'm going to go for the body slam here, and even though this is resisted, let's see if this gets the shield from the Bronzor. It doesn't get the shield, which is good. We should be able to farm it down. And now I'm going to switch into my Cottonee immediately, and this is not a great matchup either, right? Because again, Charm is resisted because of the poison typing on Budew, and those Razor Leaves, even though it's resisted, it's really adding up. So I'm definitely going to have to shield this, because again, I can't let my Wooper go up against against this Budew. And I'm going for the Seed Bomb here. Now this is double resisted because of the grass and poison typing. But I'm hoping they let this go through because I really want to get rid of this thing. But they do shield that up, which is understandable. And now it's just, I'm hoping that we can take it out. But unfortunately, they're able to take us out. And now, yeah, even one Razor Leaf does so much damage there, right? And they have a Dino in the back. And this is GG's because, again, the health on my Wooper is way too low to do any sort of damage, right? So I should be able to get the second body slam here. And again, this is where you'll see that it makes a difference. If I'd shielded that heavy slam from the Bronzor, then I would have had a little more health to get off another body slam, and that probably would have gotten rid of the Dino. So that was very close there. I mean, probably a slight mistake on my part, but it's very difficult to recover from Budew leads. That's one of the biggest weaknesses, but I haven't often run into it at all. And as long as you don't run into that, you should be able to win in most situations. As you'll see here, we do definitely make a comeback in this particular set. So we're moving into the third battle. We have Wooper into a Barboach. Fantastic. I'm immediately going to switch into my Snivy and try and do as much damage as possible. They make a switch into their Dino, and I'm going to go straight for the Wrap here. Now, there's another thing with Snivy is that it's going to be able to hit for a lot of neutral damage against everything that resists grass because it has access to Wrap. And yeah, at this point, I'm going to risk it and not shield. I'm hoping that Snivy can survive it. It is just a body slam, and I'm hoping that I can get to a power whip, but unfortunately, we're not able to. So which is absolutely fine. I'm going to wait out the switch clock and then come in with Wooper. And it's basically going to take only one charm to get rid of the Dino here, which it does, which is fantastic. And then now they're going to come in with their Cottonee. So I'm definitely going to have to stay in because I don't want my Wooper to go up against this thing. And I'm just going to go for the Seed Bomb as soon as I get it here. Now, even though this is resisted, it's definitely going to do enough damage that's going to allow me to win this matchup. They do shield that, which is understandable. And then now it's just, yeah, we're trying to charm each other down, but we go down first. So what I'm going to do right now is obviously going to shield this because Seed Bomb would one-shot the Wooper. And then I'm going to try and mud-shot farm this thing down, right? We're going to take, again, we're taking a lot of damage from Charm, but again, Wooper with loaded energy can be so destructive towards endgame there. So we have so much loaded energy right now, and they have Barboach, and we should be able to spam these body slams here. We're going to go for the first one, does get the shield there, and it's going to basically take 2 more body slams to get rid of it. Should be able to get the second one here. Again, this is going to do about 30 to 40% of Barboach's health. And now, because we still have a shield, that ends up being a CMP tie, but luckily, like I said, we have a shield. I can safely shield this up and then go for the next body slam to get rid of the Barboach here. So, and body slam is going to hit for neutral in this matchup, and it's definitely going to be enough to take out Barboach. So, as you can see, I mean, Wooper with loaded energy can be really fantastic to sweep endgame. I mean, you can just spam those body slams, which is going to be able to hit for neutral across the board against most part. The only real Pokemon that Wooper really struggles against is something like a Drifloon, which double resists both ground and normal type moves. But other than that, you can pretty much handle it. So we have Wooper into a Cottonee, not a great matchup. In this situation, I always like to safe switch into my Cottonee here. And let's see what they decide to do. They're still staying in, which is pretty interesting. So I'm going to try and go for the Seed Bomb. They're probably going to try and completely charm farmers down. So they're probably going to shield this up and then try and do that here. So again, they do shield that, which is absolutely fine. And we get farmed down. They actually make a switch into their Wooper, which is really good, right? They think that our Mudboy counter is out of the way, but luckily we have 2 grass types, which is fantastic because now their Wooper is switch locked into my Snivy. I don't have to shield anything. It's a Mud Bomb, which is resisted, and I'm going to completely farm this Wooper down, right? Again, we're doing so much damage with these Vine Whips. Going to let this go through as well. Probably just going to be another Mud Bomb. Looks like they're not running Body Slam because they would have thrown it otherwise, and we have so much loaded energy right now, and they have a Dratini in the back. So I'm just going to go for these. I'm actually going to go for the Seed Bomb to bait out a shield, which we do, which is fantastic. Now I can go for the Wrap here. Now this is going to do about 50% of Dratini's health, which is pretty good. As you can see, it does about 60% of its health, which is really significant, right? So now I'm going to come in with Wooper and try and go for the Body Slam as quick as possible. But unfortunately, we lose CMP there. So I'm definitely going to shield this up and then go for the Body Slam here, which is definitely going to finish off the Dratini from this range. And basically, the Cottonee in the back doesn't really have too much health, right? They have some loaded energy, but luckily, like I said, we still have a shield, and we should be able to get to this Body Slam before they can get to their next charge move. So I'm going to shield this up, and then we should be able to get to this Body Slam here, and this is definitely going to finish off the Cottonee to take the win there. So once again, Wooper coming in super clutch to seal towards endgame. I think they probably thought they actually aggressively switched their Wooper into my Cottonee, thinking that my grass type was out of the way, but luckily we have another grass type in the back, which pretty much kind of completely sort of walls mud boys like Barboach and Wooper, right? Obviously, the Barboach matchup is slightly tricky because you do have to watch out for Ice Beam, but the Wooper matchup is obviously a lot more favorable. So we have Wooper into a Cottonee. Once again, I'm going to safe switch into my Cottonee here, and then they are still staying in. So let's see what they decide to do, and I'm going to go for the Seed Bomb as quickly as possible. Looks like we're doing a little more damage in this matchup. Probably they don't have great PvP IVs. So yeah, they do shield that, which is absolutely fine. Now they make a switch into their Psyduck. Once again, they aggressively switched into their grass type, into their water type, beg your pardon, which is really good for us, right? So now I can line it up against my Snivy. I'm going to shield this because I don't know what a Psyduck has. It's just an Aquatail, which definitely we could have let that go through, but I didn't know what it was. So we farmed that thing down, which is fantastic. They're going to come back in with Cottonee, and I'm going to go for the Seed Bomb here. And even though this is resisted, it's definitely going to be enough to finish it off from this range. They do shield that up, which is really fine, because we should be able to get to another Seed Bomb here, and this is definitely going to finish off the Cottonee, which is fantastic, right? Because they basically wasted a shield, and also now they're down a Pokemon as well, and they have an Alolan Meowth in the back, which is fine. I'm going to go for the Seed Bomb again. Alolan Meowth is pretty glassy, so it's going to do quite a bit of damage. And then immediately going to switch into my Wooper to avoid getting farmed down, and then go for the Body Slam to take out the Alolan Meowth here. So again, as you can see, it's for the most part, as long as, you know, if you can play it correctly, I mean, most of the wins were pretty comfortable, right? Especially with this team comp. I mean, the Little Cup meta is fairly predictable, and this team can handle, you know, most of the meta, I should say. So as you can see, this was a 4-in-1 set, which we kind of used to basically hit rank 10. So yeah, as you can see, it is a 4-in-1 set, which we claim the rewards, and I managed to hit rank 10 for the first time, which is no big deal really, considering how the rating system is for this season. But anyways, we're going to move into some rank 10 battles right now to claim my first Pikachu Libre. Yeah, so let's get into it here. So again, I'm going to go with the same team comp basically. Like I said, for the most part, it actually works as long as you don't run into a Badoo on the lead. And also as long as they don't have both a Steel and a Fire in the back. That's going to be pretty tricky as well, but otherwise it's pretty good. So we win the lead this time. We met with the Vulpix, which is really good. They make a switch into their Stunky, Shadow Stunky, and it's going to take a lot of damage from Charm, right? As you can see, we managed to instantly delete it with Charm, which is really good for us. And now, yeah, this is really good because now we maintain switch advantage. They're probably going to come back with Vulpix, and I'm going to go for the Seed Bomb here. Now, even though this is resisted, it's still going to do a decent amount of damage if it goes unshielded. And yeah, they do let that go through, which is absolutely fine. And now I can just come in with Wooper as quickly as possible and then go for the Body Slam here. Now, don't have to go for Mud Bomb because even Body Slam should be sufficient to take it out. They do shield that up, which is absolutely fine. And then now I'm going to try and Mud Shot farm this Vulpix down, right? I'm going to shield this up because I want to preserve the health on my Wooper just in case they have a Bronzor in the back. So, and they actually have a Cottonee in the back. So I'm immediately going to switch into my Snivy and then go for the Wrap here. Again, this is not a great matchup for Snivy because we're taking a lot of damage from these charms, but we should be able to do a decent amount of damage from with these charge moves here. And then, yeah, I'm not going to shield this because I definitely want to save the shield for my Wooper. So I know I can survive it and I should be able to get to another Wrap here, but unfortunately I knew I couldn't get to it, so which is why I decided to throw the Seed Bomb. And even though it's resisted, it still does okay amount of damage. So I'm immediately going to come in with my Wooper and go for the Body Slam as quickly as possible. Let's see if this gets the final shield from the Cottonee. If they shield that, we should be able to get to another Body Slam. And yeah, we are able to get to a Body Slam, which is fantastic because now we had to get to it basically before they got off their charge move, and this is going to finish it off. And now it's just a race to the charge move, and we should be able to get a Body Slam here. And luckily we still have a shield remaining, so I'm going to shield this up. And Body Slam is definitely going to finish off the Vulpix from this range. So if you can win the lead, then it's pretty easy to win in most situations. But it's actually, in certain cases, it can be pretty tricky because, you don't want to be too far behind on energy on your safe swap because you basically have to win back switch advantage, right? If I lose switch advantage, then obviously my Snivy will get lined up against their Vulpix, which is not a great situation to be in. But yeah, for the most part, winning lead is obviously very favorable. So moving into the second battle, we have Wooper into a Dino. So typically what I like to do in this situation is whenever I encounter a dragon on the lead, I like to throw the Body Slam. And as soon as I throw the Body Slam, I'm going to come in with Cottonee and then try and instantly delete the Dino here. They do shield that, which is absolutely fine. I'm going to come in with Cottonee and do as much damage as possible. As you can see, one charm does about 40% of Dino's health, which because Dino is like 2 times weak to Fairy because of the Dark and Dragon typing. And yeah. So they come in with Vulpix, which is fantastic. Now I can come in with my Wooper, and then, yeah, I'm not going to shield this probably. I'm just going to let this go through. Actually, I am going to shield this. And I'm probably going to try and farm this Vulpix all the way down. I'm hoping that I can do it before they can get to another charge move. So, yeah, unfortunately, they're able to get to it. So I'm definitely going to shield this because even though it's resisted, their attack is boosted. So it's still going to do quite a bit of damage. I'm going to try and farm this thing down. We have so much loaded energy right now. They come in with their Dino, and I'm going to go straight for the Body Slam here. And then hoping this takes it out from this range. Unfortunately, they survive with like 1 HP and they're able to get off a charge move. So we wasted so much energy on Wooper there, which is not great. And I'm hoping that whatever is in the back is weak to grass. And they have a Chinchou in the back, which is fantastic, right? It couldn't have asked for anything better because Snivy completely walls Chinchou. Everything it has is resisted. And again, Seed Bomb is obviously going to hit for super effective. And it's going to finish off the Chinchou there. So once again, not the most perfect way to play that. Again, we wasted so much energy on Wooper that could have, costed me the game in case they had a Bronzor in the back. But luckily, we were able to sort of overcome that. So didn't run into too many Bronzors in these couple of sets of battles, but I actually ran into a lot of Bronzors earlier on, and we managed to overcome that as well. So we have Wooper into a Vulpix, once again, very favorable lead. They make an immediate switch into their Cottonee, and this is where the situation can be slightly tricky, right? Because I was slightly slow to switch. As you can see, we're taking a lot more damage right now. It's very hard for me to win back switch advantage at this point. If I don't win switch advantage, it's very hard to win this game, right? Because I have to make sure that I line up my Wooper against their Vulpix. So I'm going to go for the Seed Bomb, hoping they let this go through, but they actually let that go through, but unfortunately we go down first. So this is not great. I'm going to come in with my Wooper and try and farm this thing down because I know they don't have any loaded energy. So I'm going to try and mud shot farm this thing down, and we have so much loaded energy, and they come in with their Dino. I'm going to go for the body slams here. So again, I'm going to try and spam these body slams, trying to do as much damage as possible. And then, I'm going to go for another one here. It's going to do about 40 to 50% of Dino's health if it goes unshielded. And actually, they do let that go through. So I'm going to immediately switch into my Snivy and go for the Seed Bomb as quickly as possible. They make a really nice switch into their Vulpix to catch the charge move, okay, which is absolutely fine. It's resisted, but it still does okay damage. So I'm hoping that I can get to a wrap before we go down. And luckily, we're able to do it. And this wrap is going to do quite a bit of damage to the Vulpix if it goes unshielded. They do shield that up, which is absolutely fine. And then, right now we still have 2 shields. So I think we should be able to pull this off here. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm definitely going to shield this. And then I'm going to build up to 2 body slams and then go back to back here. So I'm just going to overfarm a little bit, but I definitely want to save a shield because I know that the Dino has loaded energy and we lose CMP against Dino. So I'm just going to go for the body slam and then finish off this Vulpix. And we're basically 1 mud shot away from another body slam, which we're able to get to just in time here. And this is definitely going to finish off the Dino. So that was pretty close there. Didn't think that I could pull it off, but we were able to do it luckily. So 3-0 in this second set of battles in rank 10, which pretty much, because I'm doing the regular track, this should pretty much guarantee the Pikachu Libre at this point. But anyways, moving into the 4th battle, we have Wooper into a Cubone again. So Cubone basically doesn't have too much play against this team comp. So I'm going to safe switch into Snivy, and they have a Budew in the back. Budew in the back isn't as much of an issue as it is in the lead, but again, not a great situation to be in. So I'm going to go for the wrap here. Does a decent amount of neutral damage there. And then I can't go for now I'm going to actually go for the Seed Bomb to bait out a shield because they're probably going to shield this. Now this is double resisted because of the grass and poison typing, and it does get the shield there, which is really fantastic. And they also decide to throw their charge move, which is absolutely fine. I'm going to let this go through. And because it doesn't really matter because both Wooper and Cottonee can handle the Cubone, so I don't have to worry too much about winning switch advantage. So I'm going to come in with my Cottonee and try and farm this Budew down. We managed to do that, which is really good. And let's see what they come in with here. They actually come back with Cubone, which is really interesting, right? So I'm going to go for the Seed Bomb here. This is obviously super effective because of the ground typing, which tells me that whatever is in the back is also weak to Cottonee. They do shield that up, which is absolutely fine. So charge move coming through. This is just a Bone Club, but I'm definitely going to shield this because, like I said, whatever they have in the back is probably weak to Cottonee. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try and catch the Bone Club with my Wooper here. And even though it's going to hit for neutral, I definitely want to preserve the health on my Cottonee at this point. They actually make a switch into their Barboach. Understandable, right? Whatever was in the back is, again, weak to grass. So I'm going to go for the body slams here. Again, doing as much damage as possible in this matchup. Should be able to get to another one. Hopefully I can get it in time. Which we're able to, which is fantastic. This is going to put this Barboach into perfect charm farm down range, right? Which is really good. So I'm not going to shield whatever they throw right now. I'm just going to let this go through because what I need to do is I basically need to farm this Barboach down and hopefully get off a Seed Bomb onto the Cubone, right? So I'm going to, unfortunately they have so much loaded energy. I'm definitely going to have to shield this. But luckily Cubone doesn't have too much loaded energy. So I should be able to charm farm this thing down. And we have a Seed Bomb ready to go. And this is definitely going to finish off the Cubone here. So obviously super effective because of the ground typing and definitely takes the win there. So 4-0 in this set. As you can see, again, this team working really well. But Budew, like I said, can be a pretty tricky Pokemon to deal with. But as long as you don't face it on the lead, it's definitely a little easier to deal with. So moving into the final battle here of this set of battles and of final battle of the video, we have Wooper into a Sandshrew. Once again, I'm going to immediately save switch into my Snivy and do as much damage as possible. Let's see what they decide to do. They're still staying in, so I'm going to go for the Seed Bomb here. Now this is going to one-shot the Sandshrew because again it's super effective because of the ground typing, and it does get the shield there, which is absolutely fine. And I'm not going to shield this because nothing Sandshrew has is going to one-shot Snivy. It is a Rock Slide which does quite a bit of damage actually, and I'm going to try and get to another Seed Bomb here. Unfortunately, we're not able to. We lose CMP there, which is really unfortunate. So I'm actually going to shield this up because I want to maintain switch advantage. And unfortunately, we clicked this, which is not great. So because we lost CMP there, could have completely farmed this thing down as well. So it's fine. We are on even shields and we have switch advantage. And this is exactly why I needed switch advantage, right? Because they have a Bronzor in the back. And I needed my Wooper to go up against it and not my Cottonee. So I'm going to go for the Seed Bomb here. And then this is, again, doesn't do that much damage. But now I can make sure that I can line up my Wooper against their Bronzor. And I'm definitely going to shield this up because I want to preserve the health on my Bronzor to get rid of their, to get rid of their, beg your pardon, to get rid of their Bronzor. Save the health of my Wooper to get rid of their Bronzor. They make a switch to their Drifloon, and I'm going to go into my Cottonee here. Unfortunately, they go for the Shadow Ball, which does so much damage really. So I'm going to obviously come in with my Wooper and go for the Body Slam as quickly as possible. This is obviously double resisted because of the Ghost and Flying typing, and it does get the shield. I'm hoping that I can get to another Body Slam before they can get to a charge move. Luckily, we're able to do it, and I'm really hoping this KOs, and if this had KO'd, I could have won this game, right? Unfortunately, they survive with like 1 HP. And they're probably going to get to a Shadow Ball here. Again, Shadow Ball is going to hit like a truck against most of the Pokemon. And it's pretty much going to one-shot my Wooper there. So if the Drifloon had basically gone down to Body Slam, then we probably could have sort of dealt with the Bronzor in the back with my Wooper. But unfortunately, it's not meant to be. But luckily, as you can see, we managed to get our first Pikachu Libre, which is really exciting. You know, I definitely want to try it out in Open Great League. Once Great League comes back in, obviously, it's going to be a lot of fun to try out. But anyways... yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.